Greetings from the Forgotten Guide. Tonight, we take you on a journey through California's 10 scariest places where history and horror collide. We're talking about places where the hair on your neck stands up straight and your gut tells you to turn around and walk away. These are the locations that send chills down the spines of even the bravest souls. Now, I've spent my fair share of time in creepy, crawly places, from abandoned mines to spooky swamps. But let me tell you, there's something about a place with a haunted history that gets under your skin. It's the feeling that you're not alone, that something unseen is watching your every move. Are you ready to step into the darkness? Buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into the haunted heart of California.
Our first stop takes us to Long Beach, home to the legendary Queen Mary. This grand old dame has seen it all, from glamorous transatlantic voyages to wartime service. But beneath her polished decks and Art Deco elegance lies a darker history. They say the Queen Mary is teeming with restless spirits, passengers and crew members who met their end on board.
Take the story of Half-Hatch Harry, a sailor crushed to death by a heavy door. Folks say you can still hear the clang of that door and the echo of Harry's final cries. Then there's the first-class swimming pool, where the laughter of children is said to echo through the night.
And let's not forget Stateroom B340, considered the most haunted room on the entire ship. Guests have reported unexplained temperature drops, flickering lights, and even the apparition of a woman in white. If you ever find yourself aboard this majestic ship, be sure to listen closely. From the luxury of a haunted ocean liner, we journey now to the chilling isolation of Alcatraz Island. Just a short boat ride from the bustling streets of San Francisco, the rock stands as a stark reminder of America's dark history of incarceration. For nearly 3 decades, Alcatraz housed some of the nation's most notorious criminals. The stories of violence, desperation, and despair within those walls are the stuff of legend.
But the real horror began when the last inmate left, and the guards turned the keys for the final time. You see, Alcatraz didn't just hold prisoners, it held their pain, their anger, their unfulfilled desires. And when they died, their spirits remained trapped within the cold, unforgiving walls.
Visitors and park rangers alike have reported unexplained cold spots, disembodied voices, and even full-bodied apparitions. Cell Block D, also known as the Hole, was reserved for the most difficult prisoners. Even if you don't believe in ghosts, it's hard to deny the eerie atmosphere that hangs over Alcatraz.
Our next stop takes us inland to San Jose, where we find a house unlike any other. The Winchester Mystery House is a sprawling Victorian mansion with secret passageways, staircases that lead to nowhere, and doors that open to brick walls.
This architectural labyrinth was the lifelong obsession of Sarah Winchester, the wealthy widow of the Winchester Repeating Arms Company. Sarah believed she was cursed by the spirits of those killed by her husband's rifles. She was told the only way to appease these vengeful spirits was to build, build, build and never stop. So, for over 38 years, construction continued day and night.
It's said that Sarah designed the house specifically to confuse the spirits, hoping to trap them within its twisting corridors. Visitors and staff have reported strange occurrences, from doors slamming shut on their own to disembodied voices whispering in the hallways. There's the sound of hammering and sawing late at night, long after the tourists have left. The Winchester Mystery House is a testament to the power of grief, guilt, and perhaps a touch of madness. For a taste of Hollywood glamour and spooky history, visit the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. This iconic landmark has hosted countless celebrities, some of whom never left.
Marilyn Monroe is said to haunt Suite 246. Guests report seeing her reflection in the mirror.
Montgomery Clift haunts Suite 928. Guests hear his trumpet at night.
The Blossom Room is the most active spot. Expect cold spots and flickering lights. The past never truly fades at the Hollywood Roosevelt. Let's leave Hollywood behind and head to the Sierra Nevada mountains, where we find Bodie, a ghost town frozen in time. Bodie, California, is a relic of the gold rush era, preserved by the harsh desert climate.
Once a wild boomtown, Bodie had nearly 10,000 people, saloons and gambling dens, but when the gold ran dry, so did the town's fortunes.
Today, Bodie is a state historic park, its buildings preserved in a state of arrested decay. Walking down its dusty streets, you can almost hear the echoes of the past.
We return to the City of Angels, but don't let the name fool you. Our next stop is anything but angelic. The Cecil Hotel, a towering building in downtown Los Angeles, has a long and disturbing history.
From the moment it opened its doors in 1924, the Cecil seemed to attract misfortune. Suicides, murders, and unexplained deaths have plagued the hotel for decades.
Perhaps the most infamous case is that of Elisa Lam, a young Canadian student who vanished in 2013. Her disappearance captivated the world, and the chilling security footage went viral.
But Elisa Lam's story is just one of many that haunt the halls of the Cecil Hotel. Guests have reported seeing apparitions, hearing disembodied voices, and experiencing sudden drops in temperature. The Cecil Hotel is a chilling reminder that even in a bustling metropolis like Los Angeles, darkness can lurk around every corner. Chapter 7. Preston Castle, Echoes of Misery and Reform.
Our journey takes us to the Sierra foothills, where grandeur and despair coexist.
Preston Castle, a former reform school for boys, stands as a haunting reminder of juvenile justice.
Built in 1890, it aimed to rehabilitate troubled youth.
But for many, it was a place of punishment.
Harsh discipline and overcrowding cast a dark shadow.
The castle closed in 1960, but its stories echo through empty corridors.
Paranormal investigators report unexplained phenomena.
Samuel, a young boy, died falling downstairs. Preston Castle's history seeps from its walls. Our next stop takes us to Pasadena, a city known for its beauty and tranquility. But even in this idyllic setting, shadows lurk.
The Colorado Street Bridge, an architectural marvel spanning the Arroyo Seco, holds a dark and tragic history. Completed in 1913, the bridge quickly gained a grim reputation as a place where people went to end their lives. The reasons for these tragedies are as varied as the individuals who took that final, desperate leap. Some were driven by financial ruin, others by heartbreak or despair.
Over the years, there have been countless reports of strange occurrences on and around the bridge. Some have seen shadowy figures standing on the edge as if contemplating that final fateful step. Others have reported hearing disembodied screams or the sound of someone falling, only to find no one there. The Colorado Street Bridge is a sobering reminder that even in the most picturesque of settings, darkness can lurk beneath the surface.
Our journey takes us now to Turnbull Canyon, a rugged and isolated area just outside of Los Angeles. Now, this ain't your typical tourist spot. This canyon has a dark reputation, one fueled by strange disappearances, unexplained events, and a pervasive sense of unease.
Turnbull Canyon was once home to the Tongva people, a Native American tribe who believed the canyon was a place of powerful spiritual energy. But over the years, the canyon has been marred by tragedy and violence, each event adding to its sinister aura.
There's the story of the old Turnbull Canyon Road, a winding and treacherous route that claimed the lives of many motorists. They say the ghosts of those who died in accidents still haunt the road. their spectral headlights appearing on moonless nights. Then there are the disappearances, people who vanished without a trace, their fates unknown. Some whisper of a dark entity that lurks in the canyon, preying on those who wander too far from the beaten path. Whether you believe in ancient curses or sinister entities, there's no denying the unsettling atmosphere that hangs over Turnbull Canyon.
The Whaley House is a place where the veil between the living and the dead seems remarkably thin. If you're ever in San Diego and you're feeling brave, pay a visit to the Whaley House. Visitors and residents alike have reported countless paranormal encounters over the years. There's the apparition of Yankee Jim Robinson, a thief who was hanged on the property before the house was built. They say he still roams the grounds, his ghostly footsteps echoing through the night. Built in 1857, the Whaley House stands on land that was once a public gallows. People were hanged right there, their spirits lingering long after their bodies were cut down. Our final stop takes us south to San Diego, home to what many consider to be the most haunted house in America, the Whaley House. Now, this isn't just any old haunted house with creaky floorboards and flickering lights. This place has history and tragedy baked right into its foundation.
Well, folks, there you have it. California's 10 scariest places. From the ghostly decks of the Queen Mary to the haunted halls of the Whaley House, we've explored the dark side of the Golden State. Have you ever visited any of these places? Or do you know of another terrifying location we should explore next? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, hit that like button, subscribe, and join us next time for another chilling adventure with the Forgotten Guide. Remember, folks, sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create ourselves.